What's happening, YouTube? What it is, man? What it do? It's Nocturnal Thoughts, Boxing After Dark. Coming at you real quick with a real quick video. Um, Try not to stretch this one out. Just, I wanted to talk about was Deontay Wilder racist when he talked about, the Gypsy King, when he talked about the Gypsy culture, being thieves in their nature to cheat, and if they don't cheat, they feel like, they did the sucker move, or they feel like if they don't cheat, if they don't, what I'm saying, bend the rules and break the rules, then they feel like, it's like against their culture, basically to play it straight and to play it fair. So with that, I'm gonna have to talk about a little bit of, you know, um, racism in boxing, and like I said, I'm trying not to stretch this video out too long. I'm trying to, get straight to the point. Um, Look, man. First of all, one of my goals, one of my mission statements is to try to, especially for 2021, is to try to be fair and honest, and not so much as being straight down the middle, but looking at things from every perspective as possible, and then being real about the situation. You know what I'm saying? People like to use the word biased and unbiased, and what I'm saying, things like that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm just always unbiased. My thing is, I'm trying not to be malicious. I'm not trying to have malice and ill will, and trying to have a attention to try to spread a false narrative to make somebody look bad or something like that. But I just want people to look at things from a real perspective and be honest. Um, as far as what applies to this person, and then also look at it from just a point of reality. So, okay, I put it like this: Deontay Wilder saying that the Gypsies were are in their nature, in their culture, like kind of within their belief system, is to cheat, right? Um, I feel like he wasn't right for saying that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was, uh, I felt like that was stupid to make that statement. You know, do I feel like it was racist? First of all, no. First of all, in my opinion, my idea of racism is the ability to prevent a group of people from being able to have success, to have certain rights, to establish any kind of economy. You know what I'm saying? That's my idea, to have the power over a people, to keep them in a bondage, to keep them in a trap. If you ain't got the power to do that, then I don't consider you to be a racist. Like I don't know who said this. I seen it before, but they say, a black man could never be racist. He don't have the power to be racist. Now, I understand what that means. Some people might not understand what that quote, what that saying is saying, but it is what it is. What Deontay Wilder said about Tyson Fury, he shouldn't have said that. Not in the way he's delivered what he was saying. I feel like really what he was saying was coming out of um, more out of a stereotype, more out of a kind of an ignorant stereotype too. Um, but was it racist? No. It was the same thing. Okay, so I don't know a lot about gypsies. I'm ignorant when it comes to the entire culture and belief system of gypsies. From what I see, from what I've seen in movies and maybe looking up on the internet, Wikipedia or something, they're nomadic. They travel and they kind of take on the laws of the land, or they take on the religion of the land, or they can be neutral and take whatever religious beliefs they want to believe in. From the little movies I've seen, like one of my favorite movies back in the day was Snatch. I think that was what Snatch was like, this diamond heist or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But Brad Pitt was a gypsy, and he was one of the coolest characters, and it was built into their little community how they was, not to say they was untrustworthy, but they was just little hustlers and they knew how to cheat the system. And when I think of gypsies, what little bit I know, you think of the bandanas, I think of this one movie with the guy, trained the monkey with the little do 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 do, the Jack in the Box, like the little monkey would go around and play to the crowd, but he would pickpocket the crowd. Now those is like stereotypes, but that's what made, in my mind, what made them cool. I don't know everything about gypsies. I know just a few things off of, picking up a few things here and there. So for me to say something like they all thieves, they all criminals, they all crooks, they all shiesty, that would be the same thing as a white person saying, "Oh, look at this black guy, do-rag, tattoos, a beard, probably got his pants sagging." I hate, I hate with a capital H, capital A, capital T, capital E. I hate to see any man, any race, any age sagging his damn pants. I firmly believe a man should walk out the house with a belt on, with his pants around his waist, with his waist pulled up, with some gloves in his back pocket, and with some steel-toe boots on. That's how a man should walk around. I hate to see a man sagging his pants. I'm not gonna go into that, but that's a stereotype. So if somebody was to say, all black people sag their pants, would that be racist? How would I feel? Would I be offended? Yes, I would be offended. Would that be racist? Well, it depends on who said it, how they said it, what they was trying to say. I would believe it was stereotypical. It was like it was a prejudice. It was based off of a stereotype, but it's based off some truth too. Where did they get their knowledge from? How ignorant are they? I don't like when all of a sudden nowadays people like want to flip the script and act like all of a sudden black people have gained so much power that we control the narrative. And like when Devin Haney, the Dream, when Devin Haney, the Dream came out and said, "Oh, a white boy would never be able to beat me," you know what I'm saying? Because he was talking, I think they was talking about Lomachenko, and a white boy would never be able to beat me. He came back and he apologized, right? But I heard so many people, they also talked about Bernard Hopkins saying it to Calzaghe, and they would say something like, "Well, if a white person said that about a black person, oh, this will happen, oh, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen." I'm like, since when has the script flipped so much that if a white person says something about a black person, like if little Ryan Garcia came out of his mouth and said something like that, like, "A black fighter would never beat me," you know what would happen? The same thing that happened with Devin Haney. The exact same thing. He would get some flack. He would get some people that would pat him on the back. He would probably come out with an apology, and then we would move on. You know what I'm saying? He's young. Some people gonna come to his defense. Some people gonna attack him. But it's not like we got to the point where now all of a sudden you say anything bad about a black person, all of a sudden all hell's breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got so much power now that if anybody say anything about a black person, all of a sudden, people gonna be showing up at his house and burn they don't. That's not a big deal. It's just words. And it's just words coming out of, athletes. Don't nobody expect them to say perfect. I don't expect for my athletes to always say the perfect thing. So when Deontay Wilder says that, to me, it was a stupid statement. You know what I'm saying? He says a lot of things that I know what he's trying to say, or he's saying things that he shouldn't say. You know what I'm saying? When I don't agree, I don't agree. And when I criticize and say, "Man, that ain't cool. You could have thought of a better way to come up with that. You could have thought of a more wiser way, if you playing chess, you could have came out with a better strategy, a better tactic of saying something, you know what I'm saying, without putting yourself behind that that position to come off like a racist because I know how easily I can get turned into that. So I'm gonna look at him like, yeah, that was dumb. He shouldn't have said that, and you insulted that man. People, what you said was out of ignorance. I understand that it's not like you just pulled that out of nowhere. It is. It has to be some kind of gypsies that are, you know what I'm saying, crafty and know how to be, good criminals and good, you know what I'm saying, cheaters. I mean, that's came from somewhere. And it is some black people that fit some negative black stereotypes. They out there. They do exist. That don't mean it's all black people. So if it offends you and you have to address it, you have to address it. But at the end of the day, just stop acting like the lines are so blurred that we don't know what racism is and what hate is and what evil is, and you know what I'm saying, trying to just brush everybody and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't say this. Like Tyson Fury was having a birthday party. He was singing with his little kids and his wife, and they were singing a Notorious Big song, and the Nigga was coming out their mouth like it wasn't the first time they ever said it before. Who one of them be like, oh, they can't say that. I heard some people like trying to say, oh, you can't say that, you can't say that. Well, if it's in the music and they saying the lyrics, then they saying it. What you gonna do about it? Do I agree with them saying that? Honestly, I don't care. That's not my. I didn't make the damn song. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you a Tyson Fury fan, you gotta also be honest and be like, okay, come on, man. You really think that Tyson Fury, who in a way takes our whole little culture, like his little herky jerky style, is nothing but a broke man version of a black man having some rhythm. I mean, he has, it's like we know when we see what he's doing, the way he does it, the moves. He always, like he said, he liked the Muhammad Ali's and he liked the boxers and the movers. He liked the way that he didn't like the old school European style of this non-movement. So if he's listening to some of our music and picked up some of our culture, you got to say in his mind, he still has some things probably a little mixed up with what he thinks about the way we are as a people, because he got us some music. Anybody that listens to our music and think that's the way we all are is going to pick up some negative, some ridiculous, racist, stereotypical stuff. And they're going to be Nigga this, Nigga that. And they're going to be like, well, we hear you say it, Okay, cool. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to be like, look, if he say something out of pocket, I'm going to say he out of pocket. I'm not going to just be like, oh, man, he's this. I know he out of pocket. I ain't the biggest Tyson Fury fan. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate his evil genius just like I appreciate Deontay Wilder's evil genius. You dig what I'm saying? I think, not evil genius, not evil genius, is the insane, the insanity, the how close, how there's a thin line between insanity and being a genius is what I'm saying. The evil scientist, like a mad scientist, like some people are so crazy they cross the line into the level of being a genius. That's what I'm saying, and I apply that to Deontay Wilder, because people want to, oh, Deontay Wilder, he's believing in ancestors and he's dressing like a demon. I'm gonna come to his defense on that, because you're gonna say when he's believing in black culture and black ancestors, and he's talking about black pride, and he's talking about different perspectives of trying to go back to our roots and find out where we get our power from. You think I'm gonna sit there and listen to go on another YouTube channel and listen to other black people be like, oh, Deontay Wilder, he doesn't believe in this belief religiously, and he's a demon worshiper, and he's talking about bringing in, I don't, come on, man. It's 2021. You mean to tell me that, I'm not gonna go there, but at the end of the day, I will defend Deontay Wilder when I feel like he's right. I will criticize Deontay Wilder when I feel like he's wrong. I will defend Tyson Fury on certain things when I feel like he's being attacked, when he's not doing something that he needs to be attacked for. But at the same time, if he's doing something wrong, I'm gonna criticize, and when he's doing something wrong, it's the same energy. I'm gonna keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? They not beyond reproach. They're not infallible. They're not deities on a pedestal. They human beings. They flawed. They men. They're not perfect. So at the end of the day, to me, they both flaw. They both have good qualities and bad qualities. Is Deontay Wilder racist? I doubt it very much. What he said about the Gypsies, did he just completely make that up? He got it probably from the same place I would have got it from, like maybe watching some movies back in the day that had some gypsies in it, and the whole thing of gypsies was being that they was like, you know, whatever they was, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say you should be wise enough at this point to know that there's a more tactical way. There's a more tactical way to handle your business and to say the things that you want to say. And at the end of the day, I don't like when people saying, well, Tyson Fury, he's saying he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder again because he's talking about gypsies. If anything, that should motivate Tyson Fury to want to whoop him again in the third fight. See what I'm saying? That don't make sense. We should want to see the fight or not want to see the fight and then leave it at that. Most people don't want to see the fight. The people that do want to see the fight, they should just want to see the fight. It shouldn't even be no more to what we're talking about the excuses, the glove gate, the part one, the part two, you know what I'm saying, what he said, she said, blah, 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 blah. That need to be, you know what I'm saying, look, either they gonna fight or they not. Past that, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If they not gonna fight, keep it moving. Nocturnal thoughts. I'm out. Peace. Salute.